Alright, Shalom. First of all, I start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers, which includes the scattered Israelites who are amongst these other nations and look like these other nations. Now, this lesson is going to be an update, yet another update, I should say, on what's happening out there in Iran. So through the spirit, I'm gonna read this article, give some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says Iran attacks Israel and Gulf states, plays down Trump peace talks claim. President Trump also approved deploying more than 1,000 soldiers from the 82nd Airborne Division to the Middle East, two sources told NBC News. It says more troops to Mideast. President Donald Trump has approved the deployment of more than 1,000 soldiers from the 82nd Airborne Division to the Middle East. It says new Iran attacks. Iran came under more airstrikes, and Tehran launched new waves of attacks against Israel and Persian Gulf Arab states, with one missile slamming into a Tel Aviv street, even as Trump touted progress in talks to end the war. It says mixed signals on peace talks. Iran disrupted the U.S. claims of diplomatic advances, though a senior official said it had exchanged messages with intermediaries. One country has emerged as a key go-between is Pakistan, where two sources said an in-person meeting could be held in the coming days. It says Wall Street indexes fell during the day as investors wavered between rising oil prices and hopes for a resolution to the war, with sources saying more American troops were headed to the Middle East as Trump claimed the U.S. was in talks with Iran. Israel will take control of large parts of southern Lebanon in its campaign against Iran-backed Hezbollah, Defense Minister Israel Katz has said. The Israeli military will establish a security zone up to the Litani River, 20 miles from the border, he said. More than 2,000 people have been killed across the Middle East as the war enters its fourth week. In Iran, Israeli and American strikes have killed more than 1,200 people, according to the Iranian Red Crescent Society. At least 1,000 people have been killed in Lebanon, and 17 have died in Israel. 13 U.S. service members have been killed, and 2 more died of non-combat causes. And personally, I believe, and I'm sure a lot of other people believe, that there's a lot more Israeli people and U.S. service members who have died. But, Esau is never gonna, give you the truth about that. But yeah, this war is still ongoing, and it has no end in sight. Because we are in that time. We are in a time of war. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Jumping down to verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we are clearly in a time of war. That's why the Lord allowed this to happen. He allowed Israel and the U.S. to bomb Iran, and now it's been 4 weeks and that war is still going. And there's going to be a lot more destruction and a lot more people getting wounded and killed as a result. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And that's right, the Lord set this whole thing in motion. The Lord determines how much destruction there's going to be and how many people are going to get wounded and killed. And since we're 4 weeks in and there seems to be no end in sight, the body count is just going to increase. And there is nothing that can be done to stop it, apart from the Lord wanting it to be stopped. But he doesn't want it to be stopped, because the Lord is a man of war. Exodus 15:3, the Lord Yahweh is a man of war. The Lord Yahweh is his name. And that's right, the Heavenly Father, he is a man of war. And that's why this is happening. And that's why here in America there will be civil wars and race wars. The whole world is about to descend into chaos, into war in one form or another. Because this is what the Lord wants. This is how he's going to bring judgment and destruction upon these wicked people with whom he is angry with every day. So for all you sincere brothers and sisters out there, you should be rejoicing, because all this chaos and this destruction is just more proof that we are in the last days, and we are closer and closer to Adawan Ratazah being delivered up out of this place. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers, which of course includes the sincere sisters and the scattered Israelites who are amongst these other nations and look like these other nations. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.